Hello everyone, welcome to ASTRA, the daily current affairs. What we have to look at the Hindu today on August 7th. What are the current affairs that we have? We will be looking at it. Subsequently, we will be making short videos on what are the things that is there in the news. So let's start with what are the important themes that is important for prelims as well as for mains in this newspaper. Amid fresh clashes, ITLF leaders to meet Amit Shah in Delhi. No, this is something which is of no point of return. Home Minister asked Mizoram CM to facilitate one-to-one talks with tribal leaders. Kuki People's Alliance withdraw support from NDA government. So something bad coming from the so-called Mizoram and Manipur in the northeastern states, and there was new conflicts which are emerging in the state. So in this context, definitely please look at internal security, what is happening in the northeast parts of the country, why there is some turmoil starting from Manipur, and what is the historical context of this olden problems. So these are the things that we have to study. Assembly adjourned sign day. Please understand what is the sign day concept. Sign day is adjournment or postponement of the session without informing when they will later meet. Right? Speaker will be announcing this, and speaker will also announce when they are going to meet at a later point of time. So this term is important. PM launches a revamp of 508 Amrit Bharat railway stations. So this is some good news coming for railways in India. 508 Amrit Bharat railway stations were kept. Now, Gaddar passes away. A very sad news has come from state of Hyderabad. The revolutionary leader known as Gaddar, and he is known for his ballad. Right. So, and he is a folk singer. He has passed away from this state of Telangana. So, very sad news. So this is the thing that we have in the South news. You do not have much. In the education, please have a look at this thing. Build strong roots for STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So they are saying this. If you are interested, you can read this. But for not for UPSC, but for our general understanding, you can have a look at it. Coming to the editorial page, guys. So in the editorial page, there was something like New Mewat World Temple New Battleground. So what is happening in this place is called Chandigarh and Mewat. What is the crisis which has been arising? In this context, they have written this article. Sense of proportion. This is regarding to the so-called Supreme Court's verdict on Rahul Gandhi's disqualification, and I have made a separate video. Please look at that video. That will be more than helpful. The entire topic is discussing on the theme that Rahul Gandhi was suspended for 2 years, but why that proportionality was not followed when he was suspended for 2 years without considering the magnanimity of the issue. The Surat court has disqualified him for more than 2 months. As per Lily Thomas case, we all know that a convicted person who is convicted for more than 2 years or 2 years is not eligible to contest elections for the next 4 years or 6 years. In this context, Supreme Court has given that, and that is the thing. Top board, Indian chess players have crossed an inflection point with young fielders or young players coming onto the thing. So this is a very good news for Indian sports or Indian games. Not important, leave it. Every act of silence amplifies the horrors of Manipur. So the moment you are silent, you are amplifying the acts of Manipur. So please have a look at it. This is a very important article. You'll understand what is happening in Northeast, particularly in the state of Manipur. The bureaucracy as a prosecutor and the bureaucracy as a judge. Now, this was the Jan Vishwas Act allows bureaucrats in charge of enforcing the law to also conduct inquiry to impose statutory penalties on constitutionally wrong aspects. So this is very important article. Among all the articles, this is the most important article today. Please read it. It is going to tell you what is the role of civil servants or bureaucrats in executing the policies. Now, executive is also becoming a judge at some point of time. So in India, as per Article 50, this is not allowed. Executive has to be separate from the judiciary, but something is different happening here. So please have a look at this article, then that will be very useful. Coming from the state of Telangana, some regional news, not important. Pasud Pawan, Mukesh surpasses his mentor from, this is all chess. Z20 negotiations face climate change hurdle. So please have a look at what exactly is the issue which is happening at the Z20. Differences over common language and climate change hold up the talks of the leaders. Declaration. Reference to Ukraine conflict is the main reason for G20 ministerial meeting, has issued a giant communique so far. The hit has not issued. Negotiators are burning at the midnight oil to resolve the head. So the main summit is in September, but there has been some turmoil in these negotiations. The reason is Russia-Ukraine war, and the second one is climate change issues. FIR lodged against AP leader for no rights, hotel demolished. FATF trying to revise recommendations regarding NPOs. So have a look at this. This is also some important article. So what it is speaking is the Financial Action Task Force of G7 countries is looking to revise the current recommendations aimed at safeguarding the non-profiting organizations. Now there are some things, these non-profit organizations, they are not conducting the business as per the laws. As a result, FATF is going to revise these norms. Now what is a not-profit organization? Under Section 8 of the Companies Act, they are the organizations which will be generating profits but not taking that profits to their home. Rather, they will be reinvesting in the company in order to expand the company. That is called non-profit organizations. Just like NGOs reforms that they have done, they are also doing for not-for-profit organizations. Next one is Editors Guild raises concerns over data protection bill and press bills. So recently government has passed data protection bills and press bills, but there are some issues. As a result, the Editors Guild has raised some questions over this. Please look at what is data protection bill. Already we have discussed this. I am going to make a short video on that, however. So that is going to help you anyhow. Rising food prices may undo recent respite from inflation. So there is rising food prices in the country. That is a problem that is continuing. Prime Minister says opposition parties are doing negative politics. This is all regarding so-called this. Opinion divided at MP Congress warming the self-styled preacher amid election season. So this is involving religion into politics. MP strategy for tigers can help cheetahs too. So very important. Have a look at this. In Madhya Pradesh, we have a strategy for tigers. So can it help for controlling the perishing of cheetahs which we have bought? So do read this. This is the second article that you can do. 5% of India's birds are endemic, says Geological Survey of India. So just remember this data. That is more than enough. Nothing is important. 5% of India's endemic to June. Assam CM gets report on ending polygamy to bring bill in the house. So they are going to end polygamy in the state. Money-wise, know the taxability of your investment returns. So this is speaking about personal suggestions. If you are interested, you can read. Otherwise, from UPSC perspective, nothing directly is important. So something happening in Pakistan, 30 killed and 90 injured in train accidents in Pakistan. Maldives Supreme Court bars former President Emir from contesting September polls. So this is something which is coming from the state of Maldives. So in this context, we have to remember India-Maldives relations in international relations, that too for GS paper 2 mains answer writing. 30 migrants missing, 57